Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we are going to be talking about some unique products that I feel like still exist in this really oversaturated sort of makeup world. I feel like it's becoming harder and harder for brands to sort of be unique, if you will, in this very oversaturated makeup industry. So today I have 10 products to talk to you guys about that I believe have some sort of unique, sort of undupable, or I just haven't found a dupe to these products, and I still find them to be very unique throughout my collection. So if you're interested in the 10 products that I still find to be unique today in this makeup world, then stay tuned. But before we get started, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And other than that, let's just jump into the video. So up first, I want to start with this product from Pharsalia. First and foremost, I do think that Pharsalia overall as a brand is fairly unique, or is very unique for the makeup industry. Obviously, a lot of their products are made to be, I don't want to say gimmicky, but these it's an Instagram brand is what I'm trying to say. So this right here is the liquid glass, and what I think makes Pharsalia's products in this glass dropper specifically unique is that there really aren't any other products that I personally can think of on the market that come in this dropper bottle that act like a primer. So this liquid glass is actually a skin serum, but on the skin it does provide a bit of a tack, so you can use this as a makeup primer as well. I know they also have the makeup blur, which I have yet to try, which also acts like a makeup primer and comes in this glass bottled sort of dropper serum-y type of thing. The unicorn essence I've owned in the past also has a bit of a tack to it and offers a beautiful sort of glow to the skin. Yeah, like this is definitely offers a tack to the skin. They also just released a like matte powdery liquid serum, which I haven't tried and I don't think I'll try, just because that isn't necessarily the type of product that I'm looking for my drier skin. But I do think that Pharsalia does make some unique products, and I used to think that these were kind of gimmicky, but I do think that they're really nice. If I were to finish this up, I think I would probably purchase the unicorn essence. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I would pick this up again if I finish it, just because I like it, but it's not an absolute favorite of mine, but I definitely do find it to be a very unique product. Next, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter Highlighter, and what I find to be unique about this product is not that it's a liquid highlighter, but this product is just unlike any other product that I've tried. I haven't tried a ton of liquid highlighters. I feel like you're not gonna, can you see like just how beautiful and radiant and glowy this made the skin? This is a product that when I first got it, I didn't really understand how to use it. I tried to use it just as like a highlight on my cheekbones, which it is really pretty like that, but I was like, it doesn't really make, like, what makes this product so special? And what I believe makes this so unique and so special is that you can almost use this as an all over, I don't want to say tinted moisturizer, although this does come in 6 shades, I believe, but you can put it all over the skin and it just makes the skin look so glowy and healthy, but in an unobnoxious way, at least in my opinion. There's many dewy foundations that I've tried that I just absolutely cannot stand on my skin, but this provides just the slightest hint of coverage and just makes the skin look almost like you just got done, like, you know, when you get done working out and you don't have the redness anymore, but your face just looks sort of like glistening and healthy. I feel like that's probably a really weird explanation, but I feel like that's what I get with this, and I am always happy with the results with this product. I feel like a lot of liquid highlights, if you put them all over your face, you look very artificial and very kind of Tin Man looking. I never get that with this product, which is why I think even for a liquid highlight, this is a very unique item. If I were to ever finish this, I swear this is like the everlasting product. I swear this is like the never-ending product. I've used quite a bit of this and still it's hanging on strong, but when I finish this, I would absolutely repurchase, because like I said, I have not found another product on the market that does what this does for me. I have another primer to talk about. This one is from Milk Makeup. It is their Hydro Grip Primer, and I feel like you guys have probably heard a lot about the Milk Hydro Grip. I feel like when this released, it got so much hype, but for good reason. This is my second little mini of this primer. I know I'll be using this a ton in the summer. I used this a ton last summer, and what I absolutely love about this primer is it truly does grip your makeup, and I haven't found another primer on the market that grips my makeup the way that this does. This will make my tinted moisturizers last almost all day at work, and that's why I love to pair this with a tinted moisturizer specifically. So with this primer, I do find that I have to let it sit on my skin for like 5 to 10 minutes before going in with my tinted moisturizer, or it can sort of cling on to patches and look very bizarre. But it's such a nice primer. But it's such a cool primer in just that it's almost like glue. It does feel very thick, and I have heard that this has broken people out. I have had no issues with it breaking me out, and like I said, I love to pair this with the tinted moisturizer because I have not found another product or another primer that helps my tinted moisturizers last all day until this. So I do find this to be a very unique primer within the makeup industry. Okay, I have one last primer to talk about, and I actually don't love this primer. I won't repurchase this or replace this when I finish this product, but it is very unique in my opinion. It is this one from Origins. It is their Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. So obviously this comes in an aerosol can, which I feel like there aren't a ton of primers on the market that come in an aerosol can. I know that there is a Kaja one that does, but I wouldn't even really consider that Kaja one to be a primer. This one from Origins definitely does help prep and prime the skin. So you shake it up, pump it out, and it like, I don't know if you can see, but it kind of like bubbles when it gets on the skin, and then you rub it in. It definitely has a cooling sensation to it. Like, it is cold. It's not even like cooling. It's cold in my opinion. It definitely has a, I don't even say like a light willow herb scent. It is a fairly strong scent. It does dissipate over time, but it is there when you first spray it out. So I prefer to pump this onto my hands first and then rub it all over my skin. I've tried just going on to my skin and doing it that way, and I just don't love the way that this performs in that way. But I do think that this is a very unique product. It doesn't make the biggest difference in my opinion as far as longevity of makeup wear or wear time, but I do think it is an interesting and unique product. I find that this gives like a slight glow to my skin as well, but I have heard that this does go bad quickly, which is another reason that I wouldn't repurchase this when I finish it, because it was a relatively expensive primer as well. Okay, this next product, you guys are probably going to be like, okay, it's a gloss, like how unique or original could it really be? This is my favorite gloss formula of all time. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and I just truly have not found a lip gloss on the market that performs quite like the Gloss Bomb does. And maybe I'm just like too diehard for this gloss formula. I have Diamond Milk just tapped on my lips today. I have like 3 lip products on. I have one of the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks, and then I have Can You Not Dose of Colors lip gloss, and then I just tapped Diamond Milk all over the lids. I have not found any other gloss like Diamond Milk or like the original Gloss Bomb by Fenty, which is why I'm including this in this video. I know that there are dupes to specifically the original Fenty Gloss Bomb. I just find that the Fenty original, no matter what lipstick or lip product I'm wearing on my lips, if I just find that it's like too cool, if I find that it's maybe a nude that's pulling just too dark or not exactly what I wanted, I will put the Fenty original Gloss Bomb over it, and it just warms up the color, warms it up on my skin, just always makes whatever lip product I'm wearing match my skin just a little bit better, which is why I just love that gloss specifically. I did finish up that last year, and I do need to replace that. And then Diamond Milk is just the most beautiful icy shade, and it does have like silver micro glitter in it, but it is just such a unique gloss in my opinion, in that it doesn't make the lips look like you have a shimmer, there's like micro glitter in it. It just gives a pop to the lips that I just can't even describe. I love the Diamond Milk. I've been falling more and more in love with Diamond Milk. I also love Sweet Mouth. I don't have Sweet Mouth with me right now. And then even these two like more pigmented shades from the holiday collection, I just have not found something that is dupable in my opinion. It just sheers out to the most beautiful color no matter which shade it is. My least favorite actually is Fussy. I just prefer Sweet Mouth so much to Fussy. There is this hot pink one, but as you can see, it just really just sheers out to this beautiful wash of color. It just adds the slightest tint to the lips. These I don't find to be sticky at all. And like I said, the ones that have the like micro glitter in it, it doesn't look like you have like a glittery gloss on, and it doesn't add any sort of grittiness to the texture of the gloss. I truly do think that the Fenty Gloss Bomb is unique in terms of gloss formulas on the market, and I absolutely love it and stand by the Fenty Gloss Bomb. Another lip product that I have been obsessed with for years and truly do feel is a unique product of its kind is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. Now I know there are other lip masks out on the market. I love the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, but what I find, or what I think makes the Agave Lip Mask unique, is that you can wear it as a lip mask to sleep, but you can also just tap this all over your lips or rub this all over your lips, and you can make it just look like a very luscious lip gloss, but it still provides so much nourishment to the lips and just makes the lips feel so much better, feel like they're actually healing. This does actually work when I'm trying to heal my lips. This and the Kopari Lip Glossy I absolutely love. Bite Beauty has reformulated. I have gone through probably 5 or 6 of the old version. I loved the maple syrup. That was super unique because it truly did like smell and kind of taste like maple syrup, but they have since reformulated. I do have the new formulation, and I actually prefer this one to the old Agave Lip Mask because I find it to be a little bit less sticky. One thing with the old Agave Lip Masks is that you did kind of have to tap it out on your lips if you were trying to go for more of just like a day-to-day gloss rather than like a night's lip mask or lip treatment, because it was sticky and it could look a little bit weird on the lips. I find this one to be less sticky and just even more comfortable and more nourishing to the lips. Truly, I think that this is a unique product. I don't have another lip mask that I can use or substitute as like a lip gloss if I want to, and I love the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Masks. If you haven't tried, this product is one that has been a staple for me since like 2015, so we're riding 5 years strong with this. I have a loose powder that I want to talk about. You guys probably can guess what it is. It's the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, and for a loose powder, I think that this is pretty unique. I just talked about this in another video, so sorry if I sound like I'm repeating myself, but this powder truly just makes it keeps a healthy glow to the skin. It keeps the skin looking like skin, even set with a powder. So you're getting the benefits of setting your face with a powder, but it's not taking the life out of your skin. It's not going to be a totally matte powder. It just provides this healthy veil of a glow, if you will, and I love it. I know that this is an expensive powder, but this powder truly kind of put me on to powders and to setting my face, and I like that because I can wear different foundations that I couldn't used to wear to work now because I set them and they last longer, but I still enjoy the way that my skin looks when I use this powder because, like I said, it still offers sort of this just very, very light luminosity to the skin that just makes your skin look like skin, which I really appreciate. So I do think that this is a unique powder. I haven't tried a ton of loose setting powders, if I'm being honest, so maybe there are other powders on the market that offer that light luminosity. I have tried the Laura Mercier Glow Powder, and that is just straight up like loose setting powder. So that is another powder I've tried that's supposed to make your skin look a little bit glowy that I do not like. But maybe there are other loose powders on the market that still offer sort of that luminosity to your skin, but this is the only one that I've tried, which is why I think that this is a very unique product to the market. I have one highlighter formula to talk about, and it is this one from Milk Makeup. These are their Flex highlighters. Milk Makeup also has like a highlighting stick, but these obviously are the powder version. I have 2 shades. I have the shade I have the shade Lit and the shade Ice. Lit is my more favorite of the two. So this is Lit, and this is kind of like a pink champagne sort of highlight. I don't know. There you go. This looks so glossy and so wet on the skin. And even when I think about some of my other more wet looking highlighters, I think of like MAC, the Strobe palette. Can't remember. It has like the 3. I also think about like the Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo. Those also give this sort of wet effect to the skin. There is Iced below it, which is kind of like this yellow gold shade. So even like Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo offers this wet look to the skin, but this formula, I can't even describe. Like if you're in Sephora, just go touch this formula. It doesn't even feel like a powder. It almost feels like a wet powder in a way. It just is so soft, so smooth, but not even like when people describe products as like buttery. It truly feels like this just soft, pillowy, wet cushion almost. Like it almost feels slightly bouncy to the touch, and it is so beautiful. There is like a second layer of that. Like it is an intense highlight. It is not a highlight for the faint of heart. You really can't do this subtle, but if you like an intense, beaming, just wet, beautiful highlight, I definitely recommend these from Milk Makeup. And like I said, I have never felt a powder quite like this in my life. Like I'm thinking about like every sort of powder product I've ever touched. I've never felt something quite like this. Very, very unique formula in my opinion, and definitely one I had to mention in this video. All right, and then my last 2 products are both eyeshadow palettes. So I could have probably talked about Pat McGrath in this video just because Pat does have some very unique eyeshadow formulas, but I decided to skip that just because I feel like everyone kind of knows Pat McGrath has a unique formula. So I wanted to talk about the Desi and Katy Friendcation palette first. You guys, the mattes in this palette are the easiest mattes I have ever worked with. It wasn't until I used these that I felt like I truly understood, like when people said like eyeshadow just blends itself. That is how I feel about this matte eyeshadow formula. I was so on the fence of purchasing this palette because it is pricier at $55. I thought $55 for 10 shades, like that is a lot. Now I did end up purchasing this when it was half off, so I did get a good deal on it. But I am so happy that I ended up getting this because the matte shadow formula is so easy to work with, and for some reason the matte transition shades in here, this shade right here and this shade right here, even though I'm sure I have these shades a million times over in my collection, they are my favorite matte brown transition shades to work with in my entire collection. I don't know what it is about them, they just match my skin tone perfectly. I love them. But what truly makes this palette so unique is the shimmer formula. So you have 5 shimmers in here, and these shimmers are not your basic shimmers. So it's not just like your average foiled shade. Even if you look at the actual like pan, you can tell that there's a texture to it that is just not like other textures I've seen in other palettes. I've mentioned this before on my channel, but you can layer these shades to create your own different shades. So I just layered the blue and the red, and it creates this like brown taupey purple. I feel like it doesn't do it justice on camera, but it is beautiful. And these shades just have a shift to them that also just make them very, very unique. This green shade I love. It looks like a hunter green when it catches the light in one way, but then it also catches it in another way, and it looks like this beautiful like yellow, green, gold shade. I just think I do not have these shimmers in other palettes, and I also don't have matte browns that work as well in other palettes. So I just love everything about this palette. I think for eyeshadow palettes, it's so hard to be unique, creative, or different, and I truly think that this is such a standout, unique palette within my collection. So happy to have this, and definitely had to mention this in today's video. And then the last product is the Nabla Dreamy 2 eyeshadow palette. This is newer to my collection, but kind of like I was saying with the Desi and Katy palette, the shimmers in this palette just have a very, very unique texture to it. In fact, pretty much all of the shades in this palette have a unique texture with the exception of the mattes, which is this shade right here, this brown, and then this kind of red brown shade. This shade Offline, as well as this red shade that I don't know how to pronounce, are like chunky matte shades. Like, I have never felt an eyeshadow with this texture before, and I was very nervous the first time that I put this on my eye because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this to blend out, but it actually blends out very, very easily. Same with this red shade, just such a unique texture, but blends out very easily. I did mention this in my I did mention this product in my February favorites and fails, and I said I don't think that this palette is going to be for everyone just because there are some really unique textures in it, and I feel like it does take a little bit more time to work with this palette, but I just feel so inspired every time I reach into this palette. This Hidden Place shade is such a unique shifty shade. I absolutely love this purple shade, as well as Lucid Dream is this beautiful lid topper shade. This isn't even going to do it justice because I'm not topping it over anything. I wonder if I top it. That didn't really work too well. It's just such a unique lid topper shade. It's like a silver green shifty shade, and if you top it over like a teal or a green or a blue, you get such a cool look to the eyes. I also love Rem, which is this beautiful like blue purple shade. Just very unique shades in my opinion, some that I don't have throughout the rest of my collection, and I just think that this is a very unique eyeshadow palette. I actually feel like in general Nabla has very unique and very creative color stories to their palette. So in general, I do find Nabla as a brand to be a little bit more unique, similar to like Milk Makeup. I find to be more unique as a brand in general. I think that they definitely try to step outside the box, which I can really appreciate, but I absolutely had to mention this in today's video, and those are going to be the 10 makeup products throughout my collection that I think are still unique in today's makeup market. You guys will have to leave me a comment down below and let me know what products you have in your collection or what products you have tried that you think are unique to the makeup world. I would love to hear from you guys. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and supporting my channel, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.